In this video, we will teach a popular topic in our studio, how to draw a classic anime eye design. Like all art, there are many techniques to do this. This is the first way we teach our students. To create the dimension in the eye, we use 3 shades. We use the color light green for the lightest shade, peacock green for the medium shade, and we use black for the deep areas. Typically, we tell students not to use black. Only in rare circumstances we use black for other purposes than outlining. Therefore, follow the steps we have outlined carefully to ensure that you use black correctly. In this case, we sketched out the shape of the eye with black. I would advise this step to be done in pencil for the first couple practices you do. Here, we draw the upper and lower lash line. The upper line is about 2/3 longer than the bottom lash. This outlines the shape of the eye. The next step is to draw out the whites of the eye. Here we also add a line to give more shape, making the lash line thicker. Notice we do not color in the line yet. It is very important that this step will be left to the end. We then outline the shape of the pupil. We also drew out a space for the highlight. The highlights are characteristic for anime eyes, and they give the eye shape, dimension, personality, and brings the eye to life. Draw them bigger than you want them to be, because once we add color to the eye, this white area will shrink. Once we add color, we cannot take it away. Some artists found techniques to do so, but we highly recommend that you plan ahead to prevent these mistakes. To color the eye, we use a light shade first. Using color pencils, we always begin with a light shade for the first layer. This way, we can build the colors on top of the light shade. We use a hatching technique, going lighter towards the pupil. We do this all around the outside of the eye. It is okay to touch the inside of the pupil area for reasons you will see shortly. Now we switch to peacock green, the medium shade. We use the same hatching technique, but this time we follow the edge of the upper lash line. Again, touch the outside of the pupil. Use the same hatching technique all around the pupil. Press slightly more firmly around the highlights. Notice how the medium shade is blending into the lighter shade? We create this effect by softly hatching and overlapping the different shades. We switch to black. Use strong hatching to create the highlights, overlapping the medium shade. Notice how the black easily covers the medium shade? This is possible because of the soft hatching we did to layer the shades. If you press too strongly with any of the shades, it will create a glossy, waxy film on the paper. This film is difficult to penetrate, therefore not allowing any layering to continue. We want to avoid this. We use hatching to follow around the pupil, leaving the center slightly lighter than the edges. This creates a rounding effect, which represents the natural curve of the pupil. We create the lash line by using long hatching towards the edge to create an eyelash-like texture. The lash line should be darker closer to the eye because naturally there are more lashes in the areas, making it part of the lash, and it looks darker. Do the same for the bottom lash. We add stronger shadows along the outside of the pupil once we are confident we know where these dark areas need to be. As a final addition, we use the medium shade and use lines to create a very romantic, soft effect to the eye. To finish the eye drawing, we sketch out the eyebrow, using long branching lines for the hair-like texture. The darkest area on the eyebrow points inward to the face. We also did this to demonstrate where the eye sits on the face for a classic anime drawing. In anime drawings, the eyes are much bigger than real life. This is because larger eyes are beautiful, cute, and endearing. Therefore, especially when representing gender, the eyes play a big part in the personality of the character. For the skin tone, we use the color light peach. As there are many colors for the eye, there are also many colors possible for the skin tone. By quickly sketching out the skin tone, we show the areas of the eye that are left white. This is important. Using color pencils, the way to demonstrate white the most clearly is by leaving the paper exposed in that area. Therefore, when finishing your anime character, make sure you leave that paper under the upper lash lines white. In anime, eye color is often fantastical, with characters having blue, brown, purple, yellow, red, and every other eye color in between. Here, we have included some of our students' drawing. For this anime girl drawing, the emphasis is in the eye. It is important for the student to catch the eye effectively so the picture would come to life. Here's another example of a similar kind of drawing. The student used brown colored pencil and a solid black to emphasize the eye. This drawing also used watercolor for the background with color pencil layers on top for a soft look to the drawing. In comparison to the other two works, this student used acrylic paint for a bold and colorful look. The student used blue for the eye, but you can see that they are also used different shades to create dimension as we demonstrated. The fourth drawing is exceptional for a number of reasons. First, the student used only color pencil for their drawing, but the colors still came out very bold and strong. Second, the student included 3 anime girls for their drawing, all with different colored eyes. The student also used neon colors, which we typically discourage from using because, like black, they are difficult to control and obtain the desired result. All the work we showed today were of anime girls, but our studio, students draw many different anime studies. Anime designs range in a style that can be adapted to any subject. Today we focus on just one part of the anime art, the eye.